Yeah, hi, how are you? I hope you're all okay. I feel I've got this funny thing in my ears today, so not sure what's going on there. Feels like there's something in my ear. So having the AirPods in feels a bit strange, or sounds a bit strange to me anyway. Hopefully you can hear me okay. So for tonight, I was thinking of working on abdominals. I thought that'd be a good area. So you can do as much or as little as you want to, especially as you're at home. And so for abdominals, no props really, apart from I think we could try the ball tonight. We haven't used the ball for a couple of weeks, and yeah, normally we've got our dumbbells. So if you want to use your dumbbells, that's absolutely fine. So we'll get started on our warm up, and I never plan the warm up, so I'm always like, oh, what can we do? So we'll just start with our boring old march, taking the elbows back. And then just lifting just lift the knees a little bit so you can feel you've got a bit of work going on around the waist. Keep going with that. I can't put my music on. I have to put it on really low, otherwise it gets picked up on the recording. Okay. And then you're just going to come out wide, and then you're going to come back in. So you're going to go wide, wide, inner, inner. So there's always one leading leg for this. So what we'll do in a minute is we'll change it over to the other leg. And then, so we'll bring it into the middle. And then we're going to start on the other leg. I'm going to do one more of this and come back into the middle. And then I thought of something else. What did I think of? So okay, I've forgotten what I thought of. So let's just kick, sort of just a little flick, not a kick, sorry, a little flick of the leg. And then you're going to take an arm over. So we're working into the shoulders. And we're coming up to last one now. And just bring it all down. And then we're going to take the arms out to the side and bring them in. And then out, so it's a bit of a float. And you get a stretch into the chest as you stretch behind. And to the shoulders as well. And then on this next one, we're going to hold it out, then take it up, and then bring it all the way down, and then take it back up again. And stretch, bring it down. Taking the feet out wide, can't move my mat now. We're going to bend the knees. So the feet are pointed slightly outwards. And then we're going to do those arms. So we're going to take them all the way around. And we're going to change direction. Last one. And then bring the legs back in. Okay, rolling the shoulders. Then we're going to take the hands together. Stretch the fingers. Feet are about hip width apart. Stretching up here, staying here. A little stretch over to the side. And then bringing it back. And over to the other side. And then just bring those arms down. Squeeze the shoulders up and release them. Then we're going to go back into the hands and then they're stretching the fingers and taking it up and around and then forwards, stretch and up and around. Then you're going to take the hands behind and stretch the chest. And release it. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is a bit of ab work, standing ab work. So actually if you want to use you could use your weights for this. I'll try it. I don't know, my light ones are in the bag, so I think we'll see. So what we're going to do is just going to do a twist coming out. So it's changing leg, bringing that knee up, but we've got a bit of a twist. So we don't want to bend over, we want to keep it quiet. So if you don't get to the knee, that's fine. You can just bring the knee close to your elbow. But it's getting that twist into the abdominals. Keep going with that. I'm doing it without that. So we do 2 more. And then we're going to bring the arms down. Again, just rolling the shoulders. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we're just going to take the arm, one arm up at a time. This is called hammer curls. So with or without your weights. And you're just bending one knee at a time. For a little bit of a twist, so what you could do, we're going to now do a little bit of a twist. So again, it's working into your waist. Okay, last one. And bring it back to the middle. Then the arms come up into with the elbows together. And then you're stretching up and coming back in. So when you stretch up, you go up with the weights are facing forwards into that position. And then you're going to take the feet out wide. And let's have a go. I was thinking of something. We could do a small squat and then come back up again. Or a big squat. Let's just do one more. And then bring the elbows down. And then what we do is we take the weights back, put them away for a sec. And we'll continue. So we'll do some lower body now. So taking that leg out, we're just going to lean it over a little bit and just bring that circle in. So you try and stay stable in the torso as you do that. And then we change direction. So it should be hitting here. Last one. And bring it back in to the middle. Take it out to the other side. A little bit of a lean, but keep the body nice and stable, elongated. Stop talking, Jackie, and concentrate. And change direction. So feeling it in the gluteus medius muscle, this side muscle. I always like to dig my fingers in, see if I can feel it working. Last one. And come back in, just walk it out for a second. So you're just going to keep the legs going. And while you're doing that, you're going to just shrug the shoulders down your back and take the head over to one side. You can keep the feet going in this position. And then just bring the head down slightly. And just bring it into the middle. And then over to the other side. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And just bring the head down slightly. And into the middle. Okay. Next thing, taking the feet out wide again, reasonably wide. And just think about pushing away now. We're going to come down into a squat. So let's show it this way. So I'm trying to keep that back flat rather than going into a rounded shoulders. To do that, you've really got to push down into your heels. You should be able to just lift the toes. And we're squeezing as we go down and up. We're squeezing the knees out slightly. Ooh, nearly fell backwards then. Okay, last one. And bring the legs in. Okay, so another thing we can do is just take one leg back, lean forward slightly, and we're just going to just a little squeeze behind, and this is the gluteus maximus. We're trying to target the main area of your bottom. It's just a little pulse. It's always helpful if you've got something to put your hands on. 2 more. And come back up and walk it out. Take it to the other side and try it on that side. Keep that leaning forwards position. Last one. And coming back up. Good, okay. I feel like I need to do this now, so take your hips around, push them behind you, take them to the side. When you go to the side, you get a nice stretch in your inner thighs, inner thigh area. And then we're going to take it the other way, the other direction. And bring it back into the middle. Brilliant, okay. So I think we're done and dusted with the warm-up. If you want, you can do a few circles of the ankle. I just like to do that. Oh, I'll tell you what else we can do. We'll just do our toes in a second. Clicky ankles, change to the other side. And change direction. And then we'll just take the feet about hip width apart, and we're just going to lift the toes and spread them. And then release and just do a little heel lift. Oh, that's well controlled. And normally fall forwards and spread the toes again, lifting them up. I was doing the same thing with my fingers as well. Actually, it's probably quite good. Do the same thing with your fingers. And then relax and then lift the heels and back down again. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the mat. Put my extra mat on. Okay, so here's my blocks. Do you know what? I used my blocks the other day. Where did I put them? Okay, that's interesting. I think I'll have to use this one instead. I used them to put under my heels to do some squats. Yesterday or the day before? No, it must have been Sunday. There you go. Okay, so just thinking that I've got everything. So as I mentioned earlier, let me just change the screen. That would help, wouldn't it? We're going to work a little bit, concentrate on abs today. But that can mean different things, can't it? Because in different positions, I mean. So we can be on our back. We could be on our fronts. So, I mean, generally if you're on your front, you tend to work on deep, what we call the rectus abdominis, the deep abdominals. But we'll start on our backs first. So you can bring your weights down if you want to as well. Plus we've got the ball. And also all fours position's really good. As well as kind of being right completely on your front. So, we're starting off just with your basic stretch, our Pilates stretch as I call it. So it's just that opposite arm to the leg. Weights can be used if you so desire. And it's just that lovely stretch. It's just getting you prepared and ready. Thinking about that neutral spine position. So we're not letting the ribs lift. It's a completely the same position in the torso as you stretch away. Chin slightly tucked. I just got an error message coming up on the screen. Just keep going with that. Low system resources. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on Wi-Fi. Yeah. Okay, it's the message was is well, I've cleared it and it's gone, but I'm on Wi-Fi, but I've got to, I'm down by the router, so I should be. It's weird. Okay, well maybe it's some sort of blip. Hopefully it won't happen again. Keep an eye on it. Righty-ho. Okay. So next thing, if you could, if you put your weights down for now, we're going to come up into tabletop and work on our toe taps. Keep think about your shoulders, because what happens sometimes is that you get all tense. Oh, I'm tensing up because I'm working really hard. So just try and relax the shoulders. Breathing out as you tap down. Breathing in as you come back up. And as you're breathing outwards, always think about navel towards spine. Because when you're breathing in, that's when you should be letting the tummy lift. Okay, last one. Let's just bring the knees into your chest. And then what we'll do is we'll do the 100, and if you want to use some weights, I'd probably suggest lighter weights, because you're going to start to feel it in the shoulders if you're an overcompensate. But and of course you could do the 100. Let's just try it maybe in tabletop tonight. Unless you feel more comfortable, you can come down, so it's up to you. So I'll count you through the 100 breaths. So taking a breath in to prepare, breathing out, and start to pulse. Think about sort of 5 breaths inwards and 5 outwards, breathing through the mouth. I'd say we're on about 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. And 100. Coming down, bring the knees in. Take the head from side to side if your neck feels a bit tight. So you're quite lucky there, because the song I've got on here is quite fast, so I tend to count with the beat. So if it was a bit slower, you would have had to stay up there for a bit longer. So stretch the legs out. Although some people want to do that, so that's fine. Just lift the back and stretch. And then we're going to take the arms over your head. Feel free to we'll do 3 roll ups and roll downs. Quite nice after doing that, you might want to do a stretch forwards. And what you're going to do is you're going to end up back down in quick position. That's it. And then what we're going to do is, take the hands behind your head. So we're engaging the abdominals, then they're contracting. We're going to do just a little lift to begin with, just an ab prep, breathing out, breathe in. So just keep going with that. Really think about, concentrate on the abdominals contracting. As you lift, last one. Okay, just let the back lift now, the chest, let that just lift, a stretch. It's just a nice little natural stretch for the back. And then just bring the back down towards the floor, so slight imprints, and prepare yourself. So what we're doing next is we're going to take one hand out down the side. So what's going to happen is, when you're going to lift first, but then you're going to go to the side, and that will work the obliques, the sides of the muscles, okay? So in your own time, you're breathing out as you come up, and you're breathing out each time you pulse, but you can keep your head, keep the hand under your head. Okay, coming back down. Just change over, just let the back lift for a second. And just change position, so other arm stretched out now, and when you're ready to lift and come to each side, keep to one side I mean. Okay, and then come all the way back down. Just take the arms out to your side for a second. We'll sort of revisit that in a minute, I think. So we're going to bring the legs up and we're going to do our reverse curls. So take the palms facing upwards and just lift your hips off. And the best thing you can do is actually try and hold that position as you lift, just for a little bit longer than you normally would. You start to feel that in under the rib cage as well. Just a couple more. And then bring the knees into your chest. And then we're going to take the ball, place it under your feet. And we're just going to, keeping that back imprinted, we're going to roll it away and bring it back in. So your back and your abdominals are working quite strongly to stop the back from lifting, because that's what it wants to do when you stretch away. Last one. And then just keep the ball so your knees are bent. You're in your kind of bridge kind of position, and we're going to just squeeze the bottom to lift and lower back down. Watch out for cramp. Last one. And bring the feet down, just kick the ball out of the way. And then just stretch the legs for a second. That's just quite nice, especially if they felt like they're going a bit into cramp. And bring the feet back up. This time, following on the theme of working our abs, we're going to bring one leg up into tabletop. We're going to take the hands back behind. So this time, as we lift, we're going to bring the knee in, and then we're going to lower slightly. We don't have to go all the way down. So just get into the rhythm. Sort of looking up towards the ceiling. Last one on this side, and we're going to bring that foot down. Need to stretch that leg. And we're going to just take a break from that, do the other side. Let's hope I remember. We're going to bring one knee in and straighten the other leg, And we're going to go into our single leg stretch, lifted if you prefer. We've got one more on each side. And then bring the knees into your chest. Bring the other foot down. So this time we're going to do the other side for the ab prep. So hands back behind. And when you're ready, you give it a lift and bring the knee in and then stretch it away as you come back down. So think about that breath outwards. That's encouraging navel to spine if you're breathing correctly out through the mouth. And you should be starting to feel that quite strongly now in the abdominal region. Last one. And bring that foot down. Let the back lift up. Take the hands away and just put the arms down by your side. Then bring I feel like doing the frog, so bring the feet together, knees are out. We're going to stretch up and bring them back in. And this can be done sort of in a lifted position. We'll do one more. And bring the knees in. Just helps to release the back and relax the back a bit. And then from this position, we're going to go into double leg stretch now. So the arms can come out in front, or they can come back as you stretch away. Let's do one more. And bring it all the way down. Then we can bring the feet down, stretch the legs for a second. And then bend the knees. Bring the knees back in. And we're going to roll up into seated position. Okay, so hopefully you feel like your abs have rather woken up. And then what we're going to do is, if you can have your weights for this one. You're going to stay seated. And what we're going to do is we're just going to lift the legs. Well, you have a choice. You can keep the feet down, and we're going to take the weights. We're just going to go from side to side, or you can have your legs lifted, but it depends on how your back feels. I always find it's a little bit too much for my back, so just taking it from side to side, with or without, it doesn't matter. You could use the ball if you want to. Last one, and then just take the weights and just put them down. So done the 100. What we'll do now is we'll come into all fours position. So actually. It's quite nice. Be a nice stretch. So we'll start off with a stretch. So you're going to push the bottom behind so that you're allowed to let the back just go down, and then you're going to pull up through the abdominals and round the back off and let the head drop. And then you're going to just reverse for a nice stretch. And you're coming into that neutral position now, so I want you to feel like you're engaging the abdominals here. You're going to tuck the toes under, bring the knees in a little bit closer, and you pull in. So really tuck under now into the abdominals, really tuck under, and then lift the knees very slightly and release. So tuck under, belly button to spine, and lift. It does make a difference if you really prepare. Just a couple more. So try and keep the shoulders over the wrists. So you're only literally you're just lifting the knees. Nothing else is changing apart from your abdominals. And then come down into shell stretch, because you've done lots of those now. And then just a nice stretch into your lower back and your shoulders. And it's nice to give the wrists a bit of a rest. And come back up. This time we've got the plank, the all fours into plank, or you could do mountain climbers. So you can either just come up into your plank and back down again, or if you'd like, you can start in a plank and bring the knee in. Depending on how, or you could do a bit of both. So it's kind of freestyle at the moment. You do what works for you. Don't really think about keeping your bottom down. Bottom down, bottom down. Pull in through the abdominals. That's it. Okay, last one now. Excellent. And just pop down. I've just seen Chester. Oh, that's brilliant. Chester's right under you. I haven't got my glasses on, so I assume it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. So if I allowed Bella to do that, she'd probably be biting me. Right, okay. Now let's take a little rest off the wrists, and we'll come down onto our front. Yes, definitely. Let's do some half plank. So we're going to tuck the toes under. Now, we're not allowing the elbows, if we can help it, straight under the shoulders, because that's just too easy. So you've got to bring those elbows a little bit further forwards, if you can. And what we're going to do now is we're going to lift up, think about lifting up through the abdominals and coming into your half plank. And think about squeezing the shoulders down as well. And breathing. And holding that position. I need a stopwatch. So what you'll do is, as you breathe out, you're lifting a little bit more, navel towards spine. Breathe in, it sort of slightly releases, and then really contract as you breathe out. And when you're ready, let's come back down. And then just bring the arms down with the chin on your wrists, and we're going to point, flex and stretch. straighten. Okay, last one. And then we'll take it back into our half plank again. Tucking the toes under. Make sure if you can the elbows are slightly forward from your shoulders. Ready to go up. And squeeze the shoulders down the back. Keep breathing. These are not the best mats to do this on because they're a little bit slippery. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, excellent. And then just bring the head down to your block and just take the arms out to the side. And we're just going to lift and just really relax that side and then tense the other side and then totally relax. We'll just do one more on each side. Then the arms can come out to the side with the hands to the side of the chest area. I'm going to lift the whole body up, and then we can do a little bit of work for the triceps and shoulders and also abdominals, because as you float, we're pulling up through the abdominals before we come down. Just one more to do, and then just come up into your shell stretch. Take it over to the one side. So if you take it to the right, stretch that left arm. If you take it to the left, stretch the right arm. Back into the middle, over to the other side. Then we're going to come back into all fours. And I'm just going to do one exercise in all fours. We're going to go into our Superman. And then bringing it in. Coming in through the abdominals again. Lifting. Squeezing your bottom to lift that leg. Nice and steady, nice and stable. We've got one more left to do on each side. And then feel free to come down into your shell stretch. And then coming back up onto your side. And I'm just going to stretch away. So a little tiny lift under the waist. What we're going to do is we're going to open the clam and do 2, 3 pulses, and then we're going to lift that leg 2, 3 and bring it down. So opening 2, 3 and then open the leg instead. Last one. And then stretch that leg. Just going to point the foot down slightly and then lift and lower. So I want a little bit more of a stretch here now, a bit more of a lift from the waist and keeping the foot slightly downwards. So we'll target these muscles a bit more. Last one. Okay, then coming up and changing it over to the other side. Okay, so when you're ready, just going to open 2, 3, and then the other way, 2, 3. But really think about targeting the different muscles. We've got 2 more. I don't know, we've lost count now. We'll do 1 more. Okay, then stretch that leg away, point the foot down slightly, take it back a bit, lift and lower. Okay, I've done enough of those, haven't we? Yeah. Come in and just, if you need to, give your bottom a pat. And then we're going to come on to our backs, just to do finish off the stretching. And what we'll do is we'll just before we do our stretching, we'll bring the legs up into tabletop. We'll take the arms into this position. So just to finish off the abs a little bit more stretching. So we're going straight out, which we don't normally do, but it's nice to do something different. So you could use your weights if you want to. Think about that breath outwards as you stretch. Now keeping that back imprinted as you stretch. Last one. And bring the knees in. And then bring the feet down. So stretching the legs. Take in the one leg, one knee, right knee, and then we're just going to try and just work on a stretch for the glute medius muscle. So we're just encouraging it over, but without moving the hips over. Try to keep the hips stable. And release it. Stretch the leg away. Change over to the other side. Tommy's running. That feels much nicer for me on that side. Okay, and release. Stretch the legs away, just flex the feet. And then we could do, no, actually I'll tell you what we do, we'll come up into seated position. And then we'll do this little stretch in front, either with the legs crossed. Obviously not everyone can do that, so if you can't cross your legs, that's absolutely fine. You can just do a lean forwards out to the legs stretched outwards. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come down very slowly, but coming forwards rather than rounding the back off. That's it, that's good, yeah. So not everybody wants to do this position, so yeah, if you want to take your legs out, that's fine. I only washed this floor the other day. And when you're sort of in this position, it's always good to sort of pull in through the abdominals. And then when you're ready, take a breath in, breathing out as you come back up. How does that feel? Hopefully not too bad. So what we're going to do, take the arms out, take a breath in and out. Take a breath in again and out. Brilliant, thank you very much. So there's another online class next Tuesday. There's a class this Thursday in Norton, and then that's it for Christmas. Okay, so hopefully see some of you Thursday. I'll contact you Thursday to find out who's coming, etc, etc. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to get up without putting my hands down.